Hi, it's Mary Ellen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. As we're headed into 2024, it is time to talk about my word of the year. So if you're new to all this, word of the year just means what it says. You choose one word for the year or several words. Once I picked two. And it's a word that guides you throughout your year. So it's like a word of intention. Anytime throughout the year that you're struggling or that you're just not feeling quite right or you're not accomplishing your goals, you can refer back to that word of the year to remind you of what you decided on for the year and what's important in your life. And it really does kind of help. At least it helps me. I can't always say I've kept on track every single time, but some of my past words of the year are forward, peace, build, and balance. That was one I chose too. Time, and connect. Last year was connect. So first let's talk about how I did with this word of the year, connect, last year. So you might have seen my video last January or last December where I had chosen the word connect for the year. And basically the reason for that was I felt like something was missing from my life, and it was mainly social interaction. I'm a very introverted person, and so I wanted to put myself out there more, make more friends, be out there in the community, all that kind of stuff, and even see my friends and family more. I think for the first few months, it was working pretty well. I was seeing friends more. I signed up for a Spanish class. I got out there in different ways, but then things change throughout the year, and sometimes if you have things going on in your life, you will kind of fall off and forget about your word of the year. I didn't forget about it, but I did fall off a little bit because I moved and I went to Japan in July, and just the whole thing with finding a house, buying a house, and moving again. I moved so much, and all of that, and then that big vacation, it just sort of derailed my social goals. And then my fiance and I got back together in September, and that too kind of pushed everything aside because we were just enjoying being together. So I can't say I was really successful with that word, but I do still love that I chose that word. And one thing I want to mention that I do, and I don't know if you guys do this, but I keep a list of all my past words on my wall as a reminder of what was important to me at the time. My purpose of doing that is so that the words will build upon themselves, and then they will all be reminders to me, because what was important back in 2019 is still important to me now. You know, it hasn't really changed any for me. So I do kind of keep an eye on those, and connect is important to me still. And this year I want to do more of that. So I am going to work that in, but I always choose a new word. And this year's word is kind of a general one that will encompass a lot of things. So let's talk about my process for choosing my word. The first thing I typically do is think of all the things in my life that are lacking. So I do sort of a deep soul searching and figure out, what am I unhappy with? What actions do I need to take to bring myself more joy? What's missing? What do I need to improve upon? All that kind of stuff. And I talked about this a little bit in my video where I was choosing my planners for the year, but I have really fallen off with planning and with productivity in general this year. And I don't know what's going on. I just feel unfocused. I feel like I'm planning things, but I'm not actually doing them. And then it leads to overwhelm. So I have ADHD. If you've been watching me for a while, you already know that. But if you're new to my channel, I thought I'd mention that because I get really, really overwhelmed, especially when my to-do list builds up and up and up, and I haven't taken care of anything for a while, and I start to like freak out in my mind and think that there's so much that I have to get done, and it's so overwhelming. Then I just shut down and I don't do anything, and I'll scroll on my phone or watch movies or ignore it completely because it's so much that I can't handle it. And I have said before in the past that I do teach you how to plan, and I do show you how I use my planners, but I will say I have always been upfront with, I am not the most productive person in the world. I tend to procrastinate quite a bit. I like my planners because I know exactly what I have to do, but my planners aren't going to make me do these things. That is something I have to do on my own. And I've become extremely frustrated with myself this year. And, you know, we all have that judge, and I talked about that before, but we have that judge in our minds that is telling you, you're not good enough, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that. This year, my judge is basically telling me that everybody else can do this stuff. Why can't you? Why can't you, you know, make a phone call, for example, that you've had on your list for the past 3 months? Why can't you just, you know, clean out that drawer that you were thinking about cleaning out 12 months ago? These things take you 5 minutes. And so my goal this year, my overreaching goal this year, like if I had to choose one goal, it would be to get more done. I'm not saying hustle. I'm not saying run myself ragged. I'm saying be an actual normal grown-up and do the things you need to do when you need to do them instead of putting them off. So my first thought for the word was maybe action. I actually almost picked the word action, but when I'm choosing my word, I think about it and think about various words, and then usually the one that really resonates with me will kind of be like an aha moment in my brain, like that is the word. And so action, while it felt like it was the right word, because that is what I wanted, that reminder, you know, kind of stop procrastinating and do these little things that you need to do when you think of them instead of writing them on this big long list. While the word action applies to that, it didn't quite resonate with me enough until I thought of my word, which is now. So let's talk some more while we make a page. I was going to make a sign for my wall, and then I decided to make a page in my journal because I kind of like having it in there. And because this is my creative journal, I still have to write my name on that. And I created this yearly page in the beginning, but then it's either take out the name page completely and just start with this, or I thought, why don't I make a page with my word of the year to go next to this, so it's like the beginning of the year, because then it goes into my monthly and then my weekly pages, and that way I can keep my name page. It's a little, I think I spilled something on it or something, but anyway, I can keep this because I thought this was really cute with like this cover. So I'm gonna make a page and paste it right onto that because I don't need the year thing, and this is actually 2022 anyway. It's an older planner. So I'll get a name page and a word of the year page. So that's good. So while I'm creating this page, I'm keeping this in mind because this is going to go right next to it. So I wanted to sort of match that. So I'm going to use the same letters as these numbers. I'm also going to maybe use stickers that are sort of like this just to pull it all together color-wise and have it all balance out. So let's start. And while I create this, we can discuss my word of the year and why I chose the word now. I kind of already talked about it, but we're going to keep talking about it. Also, before I forget, let me know in the comments what your word of the year is. I love hearing your words of the year. It gives me like inspiration, and I love hearing the reasoning behind why you chose them. I think it's just interesting and, like I said, really inspirational. My problem is it's hard to talk about stuff while I do this because I'm losing my train of thought. I'm just going to put some Tombow adhesive in between these holes because if I put it on the edge of that paper, I have to then cut out the holes and I don't want them to be gummed up with adhesive. I just thought this paper was cute. I actually don't know where I got this paper. I cannot remember. I think it came out of a book, but like a paper pad, but I don't know. So I can't help you there. So let's punch this out so that we have holes so that it'll actually fit in my planner. This is the Happy Planner Punch. So I'm going to put the word up here, and then I'm going to do a little bit of journaling on what that word means to me. So we'll talk about it while I'm writing that other stuff out. So let's first put the letters on. I decided to use the same letters as the colors in here. So we're going to use the yellow, the green, and the pink. And this green reminded me of the green here, which is why I did that. So when I put letter stickers on the page, it's helpful to center it, and I like to do it on a ruler I'm sure if you've been watching my channel for a while, you've seen me do this a bunch of times, but if you're new here, you might not know this trick. Just put it right on the edge. Okay, so now that it's on here, I can move it back and forth and decide where exactly I want it. And we're just gonna center it in the middle up at the top here. And then you just hold it down. Whoops, you just hold down the stickers and then you pull off the ruler, and that way it's all good. Okay, so I have two mega sticker books here, the Bright Boxes and the Garden Flowers. These are both new. They came out during Cyber Week on Happy Planner, so I will link these for you. And yeah, they're still available. They're really cute. So I think I used, I used this theme here, but I already like took out the flowers that were clear. So I thought maybe we would do fruit or even these flowers. Let's see, would that go with this? A little bit. I think what I'm going to do first, though, is put down boxes. So we're going to use 3 different boxes to represent 3 reasons I'm choosing the word now. And why don't we use these, because these are really fun. It seems like in both of my planners, I'm starting out the year with bright colors and like a fun theme, because I like to do that at the beginning of the year. It feels just like a jump start for me. I don't know. Do you guys feel that way? Sometimes I'm like that. But let's do this. We'll just do boxes that are sort of overlapping. And then maybe one there. Okay, I'm going to put stickers here or maybe do some writing here. I'm not sure, but let's start with the boxes. So I have a Pigma Micron pen in the size 1, and I'm going to write like the 3 categories at the top. Let's call it, I was going to call it procrastination, but it's actually anti-procrastination. Let's just call this one to do. Let's call this one health. And let's call this one important. So under to do, I'm going to talk about that a little bit and write about it a little bit. So basically what this means is whenever I have something, and this is what I talked about before, whenever I have something that I need to put on a to-do list, if it takes under 10 minutes and I have the time right now, I'm just going to do it. And this is forcing me to get into the habit of not procrastinating these little things that don't take that much time, because that's when life gets overwhelming. And that might mean make an appointment. That might mean pay a bill. It might mean, you know, empty the dishwasher. But basically, like, get it done now, right? It doesn't take that long. Let's just get it done. So I'm just going to write a little bit about that here. Okay, so under health, I put take care of yourself now. The more you put off taking care of yourself, the harder it will be. You're getting older. And I'm 56 years old, and I feel like I keep saying, I'm going to start working out when my life is together. I'm going to start working out after I move. I'm going to start working out after I set a routine for myself, or this and that. Like, there's always an excuse. Or I'm going to start drinking water, like more water, when I have this done. And it's like I keep using all of these excuses and these rationalizations. Now I know, you guys, if you know me, I've been through a lot of trauma, and I've lost, like, I've had incredible loss over the past few years, like incredible loss, and incredible huge life changes. So yeah, I'm giving myself grace. I'm not blaming myself for any of this. I'm not, I mean, I am judging myself a little bit, but I also recognize that when you go through these things, like, your life you need to build back up, that it is hard to do just everyday things. And I think I'm doing okay considering everything I've been through. Like I'm functioning. I still have a job. Like I am able to live a normal life. My house isn't disgusting. Like I'm not like bedridden. All of these things, like I'm doing fine, but I need to just step it up a little bit because I feel like I'm just getting older and I'm just making excuses, and everything gets harder the older I get. And I want to take care of my body because when I'm 80 years old, I don't want to be in a wheelchair. You know what I mean? Like I want to be active and I want to be healthy, and that's important. And I've just been putting it off, I'm putting it off. So that's kind of my reminder, like do it now. The last one is important, and basically what that means is making time for the most important things in my life and doing it now instead of putting it off. Again, it's always that theme in my life. I keep putting things off. I keep putting off big goals that I have for the business. I keep putting off spending more time with my family. I keep putting off making time for things and for people that are important. I've been wanting to volunteer. I've been putting that off. Like the things that are meaningful and help other people, all that kind of stuff, like the important things in life and not just like the everyday things. Like stop putting these things off. I'm telling myself, like volunteer this year or make more friends, like the things that I know will make me happy in the long run and add meaning to my life. So that's what this is. Okay, so hopefully you get the gist of why I picked the word now and what it means to me. Let me know if any of you have picked this word. I think it's a cool word. I think it has a lot of different meanings, but for me, this is, the meaning. And the main thing is this: if I had to choose any of them, say hello to Bumble. The main point I'm trying to make to myself is to do things now and not put them off, because the main goal, in fact, I'll write that over here, I guess. The main goal is to avoid overwhelm, because it has made me miserable this year and last year. If there's one thing I've been struggling with the most in my life, well, you get Bumble grumbles. She's grumbling at the cat. The one thing I've struggled with the most in my life this year has been overwhelm. And just being able to do things right away will help me avoid some of that. And that's really important to my mental health. So I'm going to write that here, I guess. And when I say avoid, I know I'm not going to be able to knock it out of my life completely because of the ADHD, but I think to minimize overwhelm is basically what I mean. All right, now that we have all of that in place, let's play. Let's put down stickers. Maybe some flowers coming out of this flower grass. A dog. I don't know. I feel like these dogs look so peaceful, and this is like an action word, so it doesn't really make sense. I think maybe fruit. I don't know. Is that crazy? Yeah, probably, but it's my planner. I can do it if I want to, and I'm feeling fruit. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I'm feeling the fruit. So let's do it. We have fruit and flowers. We'll put some flowers in there too, maybe over here. Let's put some bananas here. Now, bananas. You never know what I'm going to put on a page, and honestly, it's none of your business. No, just kidding. I mean, it's not, but at the same time, that's rude. Sorry. I just wanted to tell you that if you want to put fruit on your currently page, or I mean on your word of the year page, you're certainly welcome to. You can put pets on it. You can put things that don't relate to it at all. Whatever floats your boat, because it's your planner and you need it to reflect your personality and have fun with it and do what makes you happy. If there's anything you learned from me while watching my videos, I hope it's that. What am I going to put, though, over here? We have some quotes. Grow your own way. I mean, that's not really applicable. Let's see. We have these, but they don't feel right. I guess we could put more of these on. I mean, there are some on the other page, but we could put more of them on. Why not? And we need more fruit because you can't just have oranges and bananas, so we need some blueberries up in there. I know there's no blue here, but That's what we need. Blueberries. Maybe not those though. Not the paper blueberries, the clear ones. Bumble grumbles in the other room, driving me mad. I just started singing the song Jungle Love, driving me mad in my mind, except I started Bumble grumbles. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not gonna sing. Anyway, more bananas. No, no more bananas, Mary Ellen. No. But no more oranges either, because then it's too much orange. So I need something. I don't really need anything there, actually. Maybe just more blueberries. Okay, let's check out this page with the other page. Oh, let's write word of the year. And typically what I do is write this word in my journal each week and kind of track how I'm doing with it and do a little journaling on, you know, how I'm doing with that word, because I think that's really important to keep up with it. I did that a lot in the beginning of the year when I was really into my word, but then I slacked off. So this is what it looks like. And like I said, I'm going to take this and glue it to here. Well, let's do it now. So you can see the full effect. Actually, I should have written my name in it first, but I'm just going to put it in. I'll write my name in it after. Okay, let's see. So after I write my name in, you're going to turn the page, and here it is. Now, I know I have to turn it this way, but I kind of liked having it horizontal for some reason. And then 2024, and then we go right into January. So I'm really excited about this journal this year. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of my word and all of that jazz. And happy 2024, everyone. Let's make this a year to remember. See ya.